Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yandan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says CRPF has distinguished itself for its unflinching courage and distinguished service. Both houses of parliament face frequent disruptions following opposition's protest over price rise and other issues. 17 government and private schools in Nagaland awarded Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021-22. And Home Ministry informs nomination of Padma Awards-2023 to be open till 15 September. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted CRPF personnel and their families on the raising day of the Bara military force. In a tweet, Modi said, CRPF has distinguished itself for its unflinching courage and distinguished service. He said the role of CRPF, be it in addressing security challenges or humanitarian challenges, is commendable. Union Home Minister Amit Shah in a tweet said, with their bravery, CRPF personnel have not only made a unique contribution in keeping the security of the country intact, but has also created a proud history of valor which every Indian is proud of. He saluted their service and dedication to the nation. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur congratulated the brave hearts of Central Reserve Police Force on the 83rd Raising Day. In a tweet, he said, CRPF personnel have dedicated themselves to the service of the nation with valor, sacrifice and commitment. Thakur said their contribution to the defense and security of the country is unforgettable. The Rajya Sabha today continued to witness protests over various issues, including price rise and Gujarat Hooch tragedy. When the House met after the third adjournment at 2 p.m., suspended Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh refused to leave the House and came into the well raising slogans. Other UP members were also in the well. The presiding officer urged them to allow the House to function, but in vain. Later, he adjourned the House for the day. Earlier today, the House witnessed repeated adjournments. Aam Aadmi Party member Sanjay Singh was suspended for his unruly behaviour. After that, he was asked to leave the House, but he refused. This forced adjournments of the House twice before it was adjourned for the day. In the morning, when the upper house assembled for the day, opposition protested over various issues including price rise and Gujarat Hooch tragedy. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu rejected adjournment notices moved by members from Congress, TMC, Left, Aam Aadmi Party and Samajwadi Party. Following this, the opposition members created noisy scenes. 17 schools comprising both government and private in Nagaland have been awarded with Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021-22, while 6 schools received the subcategory awards under the category of COVID-19 preparedness and response, hand washing with soap, water, toilets, operation and maintenance, and behavioral change and capacity building. The awards were handed out by Advisor for School Education NSCERT K.T. Sukalu during the state-level felicitation program held at the Directorate of School Education, Kohima, today. Speaking at the program, Advisor K.T. Sukalu said, Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar is enabling the children and students to develop the habit of cleanliness, for which he commended the awardee schools for setting an example. He expressed hope that the other schools in the districts will emulate the initiative, thereby improving the social health and community health. Sukalu asked the parents and adults to teach their children in the upbringing as wonderful generation. He also asked the officers of the department to conduct regular checks on both government and private schools to ensure the safe and adequate drinking water and hygienic condition is made available to the children within the school premises. Informing that the department is receiving numerous applications for opening of new schools and school upgradations, he said a state-level education committee, SLEC, headed by the Chief Minister, will have a meeting soon, and that he will be proposing to the SLEC that any new school to be set up should have sufficient land to accommodate toilet, drinking water facilities and play areas. In this regard, Sukalu said, guidelines for both private and government schools will be taken up during the meeting. Advisor Sukalu further announced that grant in aid of 50,000 rupees will be given to all the awarded schools. The nominations for Padma Awards 2023 is open till the 15th September this year. The Padma Awards, namely Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri, are amongst the highest civilian awards of the country. Home Ministry said that online nominations and recommendations for the Padma Awards 2023 have been opened on 1st of May, which will be announced on the occasion of Republic Day next year. The award seeks to recognize work of distinction and is given for distinguished and exceptional achievements and service in all fields of art, literature and education, sports, medicine, social work, science and engineering, public affairs, civil service, trade and industry. The ministry said all persons without distinction of race, occupation, position or sex are eligible for these awards. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. The Supreme Court today upheld Enforcement Directorate powers of inquiry, arrest and attachment of property under the provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act PMLA 2002. Hearing petitions challenging the constitutionality of provisions of the PMLA Act, the Apex Court said that it is not mandatory for ET officers to disclose ground of arrest at the time of detaining an accused in money laundering case. The Apex Court said that under PMLA law, the power of arrest, granting bail and seizure of property are all outside the ambit of the Code of Criminal Procedure. The court further held that enforcement case information report cannot be equated with an FIR and that it is only an internal document of the ET. Union Cabinet has approved a project for saturation of 4G mobile services in uncovered villages at a total cost of 26,316 crore rupees. The project will provide 4G mobile services in 24,680 uncovered villages in remote and difficult areas. The project has a provision to include 20% of additional villages on account of rehabilitation, new settlements, and withdrawal of services by existing operators. He said in addition, 6,279 villages having only 2G and 3G connectivity will be upgraded to 4G. Nagaland today reported a 14.15% sample positivity rate on COVID-19 reported cases. Out of 106 samples received, 15 returned positive. The total caseload in the state now stands at 33,738 cases and the total number of active cases reached 99. Out of the reported cases, 11 were from Kohima, 1 each from Dimapur, Mukokchung, Mon and Pek districts. 17 persons, meanwhile, recovered from the infection, of which 10 were from Kohima, 4 in Dimapur and 1 each from Mukokchung and Mon, taking the total recoveries to 33,372. No fatalities were reported in the day. 88 persons are under home isolation and 11 admitted in COVID hospital. Chief Electoral Officer Nagaland V. Shashank Shekhar today held a meeting on amendment of forms and IT applications. He informed that the meeting discussed requirement of Aadhaar number for electoral registration and authentication purpose of electoral registration officer. He said of 4 qualifying dates for new enrollment were 1st January, 1st April, 1st July and 1st October. During the meeting, gender-neutral provision for service and special electors and power to acquire premises for the purpose of conduct of elections were also discussed. The meeting was held with all the deputy commissioners, ADCs and district election officers and other through video conferencing. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says CRPF has distinguished itself for its unflinching courage and distinguished service. Both houses of parliament face frequent disruptions following opposition's protest over price rise and other issues. 17 government and private schools in Nagaland awarded Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021-22. And Home Ministry informs nomination for Padma Awards 2023 to be open till 15 September. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.